Okay, good evening. For today's lesson in English 6, we have inferring character traits. So we are going to conclude, or we have to guess what are the character traits in the story we discussed last time, which is Samuel and Art. So let's begin. Okay, we have here inferring character traits. Now, what is inferring? Okay, based on our title in our discussion, what is inferring or inferring? Okay, inferring came from the word infer. It means implies arriving at a conclusion by reasoning from evidence. If the evidence is slight, the term comes close to surmise or surmise, and to involve as a normal outcome of thought. This meaning, it came from the Merriam-Webster dictionary. So, infer, it means you are going to give a conclusion or to give reasoning. So, our lesson is all about how to give conclusion by using character traits. In the story we discussed last time, which is the Samuel and Art. Now, inferring character traits. So characters are the people or animals in a story, okay? Characters, which means sila yung tauhan sa kwento. There are the characters in the story. There are people or animals in a story. When looking at characters, notice details about how they look, feel, and act. So when you're looking at the characters based on the story, you are going to notice how they look, how they feel, and act. Kahit walang picture yung story, kailangan alam ninyo, you don't know how they look, feel, and act in the story. If they have no pictures, you are going to notice that how they look, feel, and act. So the details that tell about their personalities are called character traits. Okay, so the details that tell about their personalities, yung mga personal na details na tumutukoy sa kanilang attitude, personalities, they are called character traits. The most important characters are called major characters. Okay, so kumbaga sa movie, there are some bidas, the villains, and the... Okay, so yun. So the bida here is the major characters. Then the other characters is what we call the minor character, or else that is a villain. Okay, protagonist, antagonist. When we say protagonist, that is a major character. Then the antagonist, when we say antagonist, that is a minor character or the evil one. Okay, now an author may create a fictitious character by simply describing that character. Okay, so the first one here, ang manunulat daw, the author may create a fictitious character by simply describing that character. Usually ang mga manunulat, gumagawa sila ng kakaibang character by simply describing that. Example, we have here, Efren was small for his age. He looked at the people and events around him with a mixture of interest and pleasure. He was no longer a child, but too young to be called a man. He still played with his toys. On impulse, he turned a somersault on the living room floor. O yan based on the short selection. Now, how old do you think is Efren? Sa tingin nyo, what do you think is the age of Efren based on the simply description here in this lesson or this selection? How do you think? I think it is a child. Kasi it is a child, or he is a man, or is it an adolescent, or he is a teenager? I think it is a teenager because Efren was small for his age. Then he was no longer a child, but too young to be called a man. That is a adolescents or adolescent man, okay? Or should I say teenager, going to teenager stage, because he still played with his toys. Then he was no longer a child, okay? What details helps you guess his age? By simply describe his character. He was no longer a child, but too young to be called a man. That is a description. That is a describe for Ephraim. He still played with his toys, and then he turned a somersault on the living room floor. So yun yung mga details no hinahanap niya para mahanap din yung kung ano yung age ni Ephraim. Next, what details reveal his personality? By what details? He turned a somersault on the living room floor. That is the personality of Ephraim. Okay? Next. An author may also reveal a character through his or her speech and actions. Usually, the story has a throwing speeches by a character or the minor character here. Example: why can't I go to my friend's house? Ephraim howled. All our friends are going. You never let me go out of the house. I'm like a prisoner here. You just don't want me to have fun. Ephraim turns and storms into his room, slamming the door behind him. Okay, what does Ephraim reveal about his personality based on the speech? Based on his speech, he was angry. He turns and storms. He turns into angry. Nagiging magagalitin. Wala siya sa sarili. So Ephraim turns and storms into his room, then slamming the door behind him. Mainitin ang ulo, angry. Now, how do his actions reveal more about him? Paano daw yung kanya mga kilos na reveal? By how? By slamming the door behind him. Okay? Sinarado niya yung pinto ng malakas, slamming the door. So that is the actions that reveal about Ephraim. Ephraim's personality. Next. An author may give the reactions and opinions of other characters. So, pwede ring magbigay ng opinion or reactions yung mga other characters para ma-reveal yung character traits ng main character. So, for example, I've known Ephraim since kinder. We've been best friends ever since. I like him because he is always fun to be with. He is good in basketball, dancing, and swimming. Joseph said. Everyone in school likes him. Joseph added. So what is the relationship of Joseph to Ephraim? What is the relationship between Joseph to Ephraim? He is Ephraim's friend. They are best friends. Sila ay magkaibigan. They're best friends. Okay? So what have you learned about Ephraim from Joseph's comments? Based on the simply selection. So we have here, what have you learned? We learn about Ephraim's what? Since kinder, si Ephraim daw ay magkababata na sila, best friend na sila. Then he always fun with other guys, with other people. He wants to play basketball, dancing, and other things. So everyone in school likes him. So yun yung natutunan natin about kay Ephraim noon. Ephraim about Joseph's comments. Next, an author may show their inner thoughts and feelings of a character. Okay? So yung author o yung manunulat, pwede siyang he shows thoughts and feelings of a character. Example, the sunlight peeked between the slates of the blind in the room. Ephraim stretched. He seemed to have enjoyed the luxury of sleep. He really had to get up, he thought. His friend Joseph was coming over. Maybe he should prepare some food so they could eat together. His mother was taking them to the swimming pool in the afternoon. He thought about the birthday card he should send to Rowena. Maybe he would do it tonight. He hoped he would remember. He also hoped he would have time. So, what was Ephraim thinking? Okay. What was Ephraim thinking based on this? Ephraim thinking about the enjoy the luxury of sleep. He get sa tingin ko si Ephraim dito ay iniisip niya yung buhay nung sabi daw dito, he seemed to have enjoyed the luxury of sleep. Ini-enjoy niya yung karangyaan niya sa pagtulog, luxury of sleep. Okay? Yun. So what did these thoughts tell you about his personality? What do you think is the personality of Ephraim here? Based on the sentence here, does he seem to have enjoyed the luxury of sleep? What is the personality here of Ephraim? That is a laziness. Okay, laziness, katamaran. So that is the character of Ephraim. Now, you are going to answer the exercise here. So, choose the character trait for each situation based on the story that I discussed last time, which is Samuel and Ark. You are going to encircle your answer. Okay, number 1. Samuel wanted to enjoy the beauty of the woods and not think of anything else. A. Carefree. B. Bored. C. Lonely. Number 2. He thought he'd practice speaking to the myna. So he cleared his throat and said very slowly and softly, "My name is Samuel." A. Concerned. B. Humble, or C. Confident. Number 3. Suddenly he heard a sharp small voice. Yes, I know all about you. Stop introducing yourself." Samuel shut up and looked around him. A. Angry, B. Gentle, or C. Surprised. Number 4. He narrowed his eyes and looked through the trees, but there was no one around. A. Decisive, B. Worried, or C. Committed. Five. He picked up his bag and was about to dash off. A. Patient, B. Afraid, or C. Confident. Next. Number 6. He immediately thought of scooping up the myna, taking it home and keeping it in a cage. A. Delighted, B. Resourceful, or C. Respectful. Number 7. Oh no! I know what you're thinking. You're not going to keep me in a cage. I'm a bird. The trees are my home. The sky is my road. I'm not going to be made a prisoner in some tight little cage. A. Appreciative, B. Secured, or letter C. Courageous. Number 8. Samuel had heard about talking parrots and mynas before, but they never spoke more than a few sentences taught to them by their masters. Is it A. Merciful, B. Amazed, or C. Persuasive? Number 9. Samuel walked back home thinking all the while about this remarkable bird. His mother was at the door of their house, waiting with a broom in her hand. Samuel knew that he would be spanked with the broom, but it didn't matter much to him. He was too excited to worry about brooms. A. Relaxed, B. Dependable, or letter C. Courageous. Number 10, last number. We have Ark was resting on his side, his head on his wing, and he was humming a song. Ark really was a funny little bird, and Samuel couldn't help but laugh. A. Loyal, B. Amused, or C. Attentive. Okay. So that's it. So that is the inferring character traits based on the story about Samuel and Art that I discussed to you last time.